Dorothy. Okay, the name is Dorothy. That's all right, though. It says, Gail, Dorothy, and Henry both collect spoons. Gail has 17 less than 6 times the number of spoons. S as Dorothy. Spoons is represented by the variable S in this scenario. Henry has 13 more than 3 times the number of spoons. S as Dorothy. Henry has more spoons than Gail. So what we are going to do is we are going to take these words and create a mathematical sentence that describes what's going on in this situation. Reading is more important than ever. So I'm going to call on you to read the problems because it's important that you're reading them. And you may have to read the problem 3 or 4 times. If you're not comfortable reading out loud, just say, I don't want to read, and I'll just pick someone else. I'm not doing it to pick on you. I'm doing it to help you understand that you got to read. Eric, I need you to relocate. Please go sit next to Juan Marquez. All right, so first we are going to set the problem up by deciding what our labels/category is going to be. So we're going back to the problem. Gail has 17 less than 6 times the number of spoons as Dorothy. Henry has 13 more than 3 times the number of spoons as Dorothy. What do you think our labels will be used in this? What are we using for labels or categories? Spoons. Spoons, that's a good answer. We're told that we're trying to find the number of spoons. But our labels are actually the names of the people because that's how we want to keep our information organized. We have information for Gail and we're given information for Henry. And so that's what we're trying to keep organized. So on one side, you're going to write Gail. And on the other side, you're going to write Henry. So we're going to check off that we've done that. Now we need to find the numbers for Gail and then the numbers for Henry. So this information right here is for Gail. And it says, Gail has 17 less than 6 times the number of spoons, where spoons is represented by S. So, 17 less than. The words less than, what operation does that normally mean? Subtract. Because it says less than, these words will come after this when we write it down. So 17 less than, under Gail, we're just going to write minus 17 for right now because we know 17 less than. Then it says 6 times the number of spoons, which is represented by S. What does times mean? Multiply. So 6 times the number of spoons, which is S. Okay? Another way of saying 6 times S is just saying 6S. Okay? So even though it says times, we're not going to put a times symbol. We just know putting them right next to each other means times. So what would it look like for Henry? What would the numbers, let's go ahead and check that off. What would the numbers for Henry look like? It says Henry has 13 more than 3 times the number of spoons as Dorothy. So how do I say 13 more? Plus. And then how do I say 3 times the number of spoons? 3S. 3S, that's right. So I have 3S plus 13. I've got my numbers for Henry. Now I need to figure out the key word that is going to tell me what symbol to use. When I'm setting up an inequality, my choices are okay? So we have to figure out what key word is going to let us know what symbol to use. It says Henry has more spoons than Gail. When we are looking for our key word, only one side will have the key word. It's either Henry or Gail. The only time both sides will have a key word is if it's the same, okay? So what do you think our key word in Henry has more spoons than Gail? What do you think our key word is? More. So on Henry's side, by keyword, we're going to put more. So if we want to make a sentence that says Henry has more than Gail, which of these symbols do you think we'll use? This one?
No, the middle one. No, that one.
We're going to use this one. It's like an alligator's mouth. The alligator wants to eat the biggest one. So Henry is the biggest one. So that's where the opening is going to be pointed towards. Okay. So now all we have to do is bring down our terms, and we have an equation. So we're going to bring down 6s minus 17. We're going to bring down our inequality sign, and we're going to bring down this term. And our equation will be 6s minus 17 is less than 3s plus 13. This is number 2. So you know. Does that look like one of your possible answer choices?
Yes.
Which one?
B.
It is B as in boy. It says 6s minus 17 is less than 3s plus 13. So you need to bubble in letter B. Okay? Let's do another one, and it'll move a lot more quickly because now we have an idea of what to do. Let's skip over to number 5. Number 5. And we're going to use this square to work number 5. Number 5. Let's get a volunteer. Can I get a volunteer to read number 5, please? Jose?
Gloria, Scott, and Becky are all moving water into a dark barrel. Gloria has moved less than 14 number of gallons of water as Scott. Becky had moved 16 less than 6 times the number of gallons of water as Scott. If Gloria and Becky have both moved the same numbers of gallons of water, how many gallons of water has Scott?
All right, so it says write an equation below. Which equation below correctly represents the situation above? Okay. So first, what are my labels? Who am I dealing with? I'm dealing with Gloria.
Scott.
And I'm dealing with Becky.
And Scott.
Shh. Well, do I have any information for Scott? No. So ladies, I need to know who has information. So Gloria and Becky.
No Scott.
Shh. Do you see any information as far as like numbers or talking about Scott? It's just saying we have more than him. Just like in the last one, we were talking about Henry and Gail, but we had more tickets than Dorothy. That's all Dorothy's name was used for. So first, let's get Gloria's numbers. Gloria has moved 12 less than 4 times the number of gallons of water as Scott. So how do I say 12 less than? Minus 12. How do I say 4? 4 times the number of gallons of water? 4G. How did I know to use the letter G? It said right there, how many gallons? G. It's a... For real, y'all? Are y'all that simple? That simple. Shh. Y'all just want to be talking. It's a hush. Y'all just want to be talking. Shh. So we have 4 times the number of gallons of water, and it said gallons is represented by G. So that's why we use the letter G. So we have, our labels, and we have our numbers for Gloria. Now we need our numbers for Becky. What does it say about Becky? 16 less than 6 times the number of gallons of water as Scott. So how do I say 16 less than? Minus 16. How do I say 6 times the number of gallons of water? 6G. Got my numbers. Now I need my keyword to determine my symbol, and then I'll have my equation. What's my keyword? If Gloria and Becky both have moved the same number of gallons of water, how many gallons of water has Scott moved? What's my keyword? Same. Remember, if the keyword is same, it's a keyword for both. And what is the symbol that means same? Equals. So we have all of our terms to make an equation. So we're going to bring everything down. And it'll say 4G minus 12 equals 6G minus 16. And this is your answer. Which matches which one? Is it?
Did you say 8?
Shh. The answer is D. 4G minus 12 equals 6G minus 16.
What is it? D.
No. Okay. We're going to skip number 6. And skip number 8.
So we're in question 9?
You're going to skip 6 and 8. Let's do question 7 together, and then I will leave you to your own devices to work with your shoulder partner to complete the rest of the problems, okay? So we're going to go ahead and do number 7 together real quickly. It says, Dan is trying to find a new cell phone plan. Throttle Talks offers a plan for $64.40 per month. Let me do this. For $64.40 a month, plus $2.01 for each megabyte of data. Clutch Cells offers a plan for $63.90 per month, plus $2.06 for each megabyte of data. How many megabytes of data will Dan have to use in 1 month for the cell phone plans to cost him the same amount? So what are my labels here? Well, who do I have information for?
Then, Dad.
You have to go back and reread with who or whom. Throttle Talks. There you go. You have to look and see. Can I get you to move, please, ma'am? Go sit over there in front of Kevin, please.
In front of Kevin?
Yes, in front of Kevin. All right. Says, so for my labels, the first one is going to be Throttle Talks, because if you read the problem, it says Throttle Talks offers a plan for $64.40 per month, plus $2.01 for each megabyte of data. So the information is about Throttle Talks. It's not about Dan. Okay? And my other label is going to be Clutch Cells because they offer a plan for $63.90 per month plus $2.06 for each megabyte of data. So I have Clutch TCH Cells. Now I need my numbers. It says Throttle Talks offers a plan for $64.40 per month plus $2.01 for each megabyte of data. I'm going to use M as my variable. That says $2.01 for each megabyte. Okay? So I have my numbers for Throttle Talks. I'm going to mark those out so I don't use them for anything else. Clutch Cells offers a plan for $63.90 a month plus $2.06 for each megabyte of data. So what would my numbers look like for Clutch Cells? What would the numbers look like? What do I write right here? 63.90 plus 2.06. I'm going to use M as my variable. Now I just need to figure out the key word so I can get my symbol. It says, how many megabytes of data will Dan have to use in 1 month for the cell phone plans to cost him the same amount? So what's my keyword? Same. So what keyword, what symbol means same? What keyword means same? Equals. So let's pull down our information to create our equation. $64.40 plus 201 M equals $63.90 plus 0.06 M. This is supposed to be a decimal, but I messed it up. I'm just gonna do this, so 2.06 M. That way y'all aren't confused. All right. Do I have an answer choice there that matches what I have? No. This problem takes it a step further. You then have to solve it. So how would you solve this? Menu 3-1. Menu 3-1. Put your calculator. Don't forget comma variable. Menu 3-1. Then I put 64.40 plus 2.01 M equal sign 63.9 plus 2.06 M. Shh, quiet. Comma M. I have told everyone more than enough times to stop talking. I shouldn't ever have to tell you because y'all know you're not supposed to be talking when I'm talking. So understand that if I have to get on you again, you're getting written up. Like, I'm going into write-up mode. So everybody's been warned. Everyone knows what we're not supposed to do. So if you're going to talk, that's cool, but please understand you got wrote up today. All right. So you put in the calculator, and what is the answer? 10. All right. You are responsible for all the rest of them, except for number 6 and 8. We will do them later, so don't mark them out or anything. We're just not at the point for when we need that information yet, all right? So if you could complete the rest of the assignment,